Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting of the Lebanon Utility Service Board for Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. Let the record reflect that the meeting was properly advertised and that all board members are present tonight, less Jim Urban. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first item tonight is the approval of our minutes from the March 9th, 2022 meeting. Everyone had a chance to review those minutes? If so, any questions or discussion?
I move that the minutes be approved as written.
Second.
Motion made by Aaron, seconded by Bill to approve the minutes from the March 9th, 2022 meeting. Any additional discussion?
The only thing is I'll be abstaining since I was not here, so you'll need to vote.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, and as Tim noted, he abstained from approving the minutes as he was absent last meeting. Okay, next item tonight is tree trimming. Our electric operations manager, Jeff Greeno, is going to address the tree trimming for us. Hey, Jeff.
Good afternoon. This is a request for the approval of accepting Aspen Tree Service to be Lebanon Utilities tree trimming contractor for the fiscal year of 2022. This contract will start upon approval of the board till December 31st of 2022. Earlier this year, we sent out an RFP to get tree trimming contractors to bid on this project. We received 2 responses back, and upon review of Lebanon Utilities, BF&S, and our legal counsel, we determined that Aspen Tree Service would be best beneficial for Lebanon Utilities. I want to make note that this is a budgeted item for 2022. It's under contractual services other, which we had budgeted $220,000 for 2022. Also want to make note that we will follow the pricing provided by Aspen for 2022. So I would like to ask the board approval of Aspen Tree Service to provide tree trimming for Lebanon Utilities for the fiscal year of 2022 with a not-to-exceed amount of $220,000 with General Manager Ed Baskell to sign all documents.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Any questions or discussion on this item? Anything else for Jeff?
No.
All right, if not, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the Aspen Tree Service to provide tree trimming for Lebanon Utilities for the fiscal year 2022 with not to exceed amount of $220,000 with General Manager Ed Baskell to sign all documents.
Second.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Tim to approve the Aspen Tree Service, tree services for fiscal year 2022 within a not to exceed amount of $220,000. Additional questions or discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, Jeff. And it looks like you're staying put for a second to discuss Sunbrook Section 3.
Yes, this is a request to have Barriott Incorporated to install our electrical conduit, transformer pad boxes, and secondary pedestals in Sunbrook Section 3. Sunbrook Section 3 is a pretty large section of that housing addition that is being built. A few weeks ago, we had an RFP to acquire contractors to do conduit installation, and Barriott was awarded our primary conduit installer. I want to make note this project will fall under line item number 2 of the capital additions page, service to new facilities, so it's a budgeted item. So I would like to request the board approve Barriott Incorporated to do the electrical conduit installation of Sunbrook Section 3 Housing Edition with the not-to-exceed amount of $39,569, with all documents to be signed by General Manager Ed Baskell.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Anything additional for Jeff before we entertain a motion? If not,
I move to approve Barriott Incorporated for the electrical conduit installation of Sunbrook, Section 3, Housing Edition, for the not-to-exceed amount of $39,569, with all documents to be signed by General Manager Ed Baskell.
Second?
motion made by Tim, seconded by Bill to approve Barriott for the electrical conduit installation of Sunbrook Section 3, not to exceed amount of $39,569. Any additional discussion or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Right, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right, looks like the next few items involve our wastewater manager, Ryan Oettinger, and he will begin with some information about our spring flushing. Hey, Ryan?
Good afternoon. Just wanted to give a quick update on our spring flushing. That's clearly the wrong way. There we go. That helps. We are getting ready to conduct our yearly spring flush for the town. This is where we flush all of our fire hydrants, and you can kind of see on the overhead that we kind of divide the town up in dates. Now, obviously, if the 4th through the 8th it's raining and like we've had the weather we've had the last couple of days, these are definitely subject to change. But we like to try to keep a schedule so community members will know if they see some pressure fluctuation or anything like that. They'll know, maybe have an idea of why that's happening. And then we also will post this information on our social media accounts, website, Lebanon Reporter, and also Radio Long. We like to let as many people know as possible. There could be some pressure issues when we are flushing in the area. They will be very minor and they will be very short term. Maybe a couple minutes at most, but it shouldn't affect whether you can do laundry or take a shower or anything like that. You'll just notice a little bit lower pressure when we open and close the hydrants. We do this for a couple of reasons. One, to improve water quality. While we're out there, we are documenting different areas of town, what the chlorine residual is, what the iron residual is, and areas that might need to be improved one way or the other. We also do it to make sure the maintenance of the hydrants is up to date. If a hydrant isn't working, we'll put a bag on it and contact the fire department and Boone County Dispatch so they know that that's not being used and they don't waste valuable time hooking to a hydrant that can't give them water. And then we'll fix it accordingly if we have the parts or if we have to order anything or replace the hydrant itself. So this is just an informational item, and if anybody has any questions on this, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Hey, Ryan, I remember last year you mentioned that it's probably a good idea to stay away from the water and the hydrants while it's coming out, even though it looks fun to play in. It can be
It can be very dangerous.
Strong,
It is very enticing. Even as an adult, it is enticing, but it is coming out at a high rate of pressure. It can take paint off of cars. It can take windshield wipers off of cars, which I have personally witnessed. And it can do damage if someone's walking by or riding a bike. It can sweep their feet or tires out from underneath them and hurt them. So if you do see the guys flushing and can avoid that area for the very short term, that would be great. We do also have a lot of new development in the area. We have a lot of landscaping, and so we have adapters that go on the hydrants that will allow us to avoid all of that and not muddy up a construction site or make things worse and slow somebody's progress down and building a house. So yes, I do appreciate that. If you could just avoid the area while we're there. We'll have our flashers on and our safety vests and everything, so you'll know where we are. And if you do see a hydrant unattended in this area, it is by design, because there are times where to get the right flow, we will open more than one at a time, and we'll come back and shut it off according to a timed schedule. So no need to worry about that for a short-term hydrant.
All right, thanks for that information. Looks like you will jump to the wastewater collection crane truck action item next.
Yes, this is a crane truck for our wastewater collections crew, and by crane truck, it is a large diesel truck that they use the crane to pull our pumps out of the lift stations and be able to pull them up out of a confined space and work on them in a safe area with plenty of room to walk around and move around, or if they need to go off to get fixed at a separate location, we're able to transport it that way also. We currently have one truck, and I believe it's in 2008 that we still is in use, but when you can imagine for 08, there are some issues with, servicing it and making sure that it stays operating. So this will allow us to have a second truck that's also going to be sized accordingly to any new growth that we have on the capital improvement plan and the new lift stations that we have and the pumps that go to that. We did receive 3 bids from Powfinger, One Source Custom Trucks, and STI Service Trucks International. Powfinger was the lowest of the bids and qualified for our needs based on what we sent out. They came in at $140,495. We did budget $170,000 for this, so they came in. Not only did they come in under budget, but there's an estimated completion date of July of this year, and they do have the chassis available, which in today's market is not always the case. So this is a great opportunity for us to secure this truck and get it in here in a relatively short time frame. So I can answer any questions that you guys might have on the crane truck.
Any questions or discussion for this item? All right, if not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move to approve the quote from Powfinger for a 2022 Ford F-550 crane truck in an amount not to exceed $140,495.
Second. Motion made by Aaron, seconded by Tim to approve the quote from Powfinger for a 2022 Ford F-550 crane truck in an amount not to exceed $140,495. Any other questions for Ryan? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? All right, thank you, Ryan, and it looks like you will jump to the Reese Park Lift Station Gmax pricing next.
Yes, thank you. This is, we did receive a guaranteed maximum price proposal from Cocozine, who will be the contractor doing the Reese Park Lift Station Phase 1. And the proposal is for a guaranteed maximum price of $1,476,300. This is part of the project we're doing over in the Reese Park area to eliminate some SSOs, some sanitary sewer overflows, and to improve the sanitary situation in that area. And this was also part of the funds that we received graciously from the city, the American Rescue Funds. They did award $1.8 million to us for this project because they also saw the need for us to help eliminate these SSOs. And so we were able to apply that money toward this project. So
The remainder of that 1.8 million will be applied to the engineering costs, correct?
yes, so when you add the engineering cost and everything in addition to Cocozine's cost, that brings us to $1,928,600. And so the difference of $128,600 we do have budgeted for in a sewer lining our sewer lining project. The sewer lining, a couple meetings ago I talked about, is designed to help eliminate SSOs, especially reoccurring SSOs, and that's what Reese Park Phase 1 will start with. So we kind of feel like they go hand in hand, so we're able to use some budgeted money from there, so we don't have any unaccounted for money that's going out, and we do stay within our yearly budget also. And once again, this is it's what's called the Gmax, or the guaranteed maximum. So that is the most that Kokosing will charge us on everything that they have listed. Any unforeseen circumstances would obviously come back to the board with a change order if something like that were to occur. But for this project, it is the guaranteed maximum cost, which with some value engineering and some possible savings down the road, we could actually come in less than that, similar to the Syracuse Drive water main project that Kokosing gave back. We were almost able to save about 20% based on value engineering and us working with the Parks Department, us working, taking a lot of the dirt ourselves and dealing with it and not having it to go to Indianapolis. Some savings like that really adds up. So I can answer any questions that we may have on this.
Any other questions or discussion? Not, I'll entertain a motion on this item.
I'd like to make this motion, please. I move to approve the guaranteed maximum price proposal from Kokosing in an amount not to exceed $1,476,300, and for General Manager Ed Basquill to sign all documents pending legal review.
Second?
Second. Motion made by Aaron with a couple seconds from Bill and Tim to approve the guaranteed max price proposal from Kokosing in an amount not to exceed $1,476,300 for the Reese Park lift station. Anything else for Ryan on this item?
I would just like to note here that at least for the last 3 decades, we've been trying to solve these SSO problems, and we have found an engineering solution that I'm excited about.
Very good. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, Ryan.
Let's see, Mr. Chairman, in regards to this topic, I'd like to make a second motion, please.
Go ahead.
I move to reprioritize $128,600 from the 2022 sewer lining budget to fund a portion of the Reese Park Lift Station Phase Number 1 construction project with Kokosing.
Second?
All right, we have a motion by Aaron and a second by Tim to reallocate $128,600 from the 2022 sewer lining budget to cover remaining portion of the Reese Park Lift Station project mentioned in the above item. Anyone have any questions or additional discussion on that motion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, Aaron. Thanks, Ryan. Next item tonight is a water rate study proposal. It is an action item, but it appears that we will entertain the idea of tabling this to a future.
Yes, this is I recommend tabling it because I just got the documentation late last night, haven't reviewed it. Typically, we get these documents out to the board a week or so in advance so that you guys can review them, so I just would recommend we go ahead and table it and bring it up in a future meeting.
Okay. We have a motion to table this item? Or is that the way it works?
No, somebody needs to make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we table the water rate study proposal.
Second.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Tim to table agenda item 9, and that is the water rate study proposal. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that item will be tabled to a future meeting date. Looks like the next item tonight is the approval of our claims, payroll, and transfers. Everyone had a chance to review those documents, and if so, questions or discussion on them? Not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve the claims, payroll, and transfers dated March 23rd, 2022 in the amount of $2,564,090.03 for claims and payroll and $1,175.63 for transfers.
Second.
Motion made by Tim, seconded by Bill to approve the claims, payrolls, and transfers dated March 23rd, 2022. Anything additional? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next item is any other business that the board might have tonight, or anyone for that matter.
Let's see, I'd like to report on a visit I made recently on March the 11th. We have a 5-year automated meter infrastructure replacement program underway that's a costly but necessary item for the operation here, and I wanted to learn more about it, so I met with David Bailey, Sam Messenger, and Zachary McIntyre of our metering department, and I'd just like to report on a few of the things that I discovered during this meeting. We're in the second year of the 5-year program. We have 6,841 water meters, and the meters read both electric and water usage. The old meters have lead components that are being replaced. The new meters are expected to last about 15 years, and they have a 20-year warranty on the battery for each meter. The new meters are able to detect water leaks sooner. They're able to be read daily instead of monthly, remotely via computer. Both the metering and billing departments work proactively to identify water leaks before they get too bad, which is a ratepayer-friendly thing to do. There is an annual certification contractor who has a water flow testing unit that tests the water meters at the 20 largest water users every year. There's a 4-year meter technician apprentice training program. The electric training program portion is through Hoosier Energy, and after completing the program, the person will receive an Ivy Tech associate's degree in applied science and will earn a journeyman's card. The water training program, the 4-year water training program, includes a special 3-day class. The metering department is now completing 2 special projects. One of them is a street light identification to make certain all the street lights are counted for city billing purposes. And there's also a security light identification program. Some customers are paying for security lights, but they're not operating. So we want to get to the bottom of that as a conscientious utility. I always appreciate the way all our utility folks have the neighbor-serving neighbor ethos, and this ethos was excellently demonstrated during my visit by our fine metering department employees.
Thanks for that update, Aaron. Anybody else have anything for the good of the board tonight? Any public comment tonight? Ed, you aware of any public comment?
No public comments I'm aware of.
Right, looks like our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, April 6th, 2022 at 5 p.m. Anyone have anything else before we entertain a motion to adjourn? All right. Entertain a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second. Motion made by Bill, seconded by Tim to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, everyone. Stand adjourned.